Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, wonderful afternoon, and fantastic evening. I am Anahil Forest Wali, and I am thrilled to be here today with all of you. Today, we have the honor of having an extraordinary guest with us, someone who goes by the name of Andre, the superhero of love. Before we delve into the depths of love and unity with Mr. Andre, let me take a moment to introduce our esteemed guest. Andray Sumeer is a beacon of love and light, spreading the message of unity and compassion across the world. As a superhero of love, he has devoted himself to radiating dive in love and positively impacting the love of many. So, without further ado, let's warmly welcome Andre Sumer to our interview. We are eager to get to know more about your life journey experiences and the mission and drives him to be the superhero of love. Welcome, Andrew. It is an honor to absolute pleasure to have you here. How are you?
Thank you so much, Manahil. It's a pleasure to be here. And thank you for that amazing introduction. I am truly honored to just be a part of this and to impact your audience and give them my wisdom of love.
It's my pleasure. So, sir, first of all, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Absolutely. So, my name is Andray Sumeer, but I also go by the superhero of love. And I was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada in the 80s. My parents are from Guyana, South America, and they emigrated to Canada in the late 80s. And I had a dream when I was a child to be a superhero. And I always wanted to make people happy. But a lot of the times when I would tell people, like my parents, my teachers, and other kids in school, that I wanted to be a superhero, they laughed at it because they're like, they don't really exist. So at the age of 5, my dreams were starting to already get crushed. And though I truly desired to be a superhero when I grew up, over time that dream just disappeared. It was always within my soul, but I had to hide it away. And over time I just listened to society and became something that I didn't choose to be. And I grew up with a lot of hate, a lot of anger, and there was a point where I wanted to destroy the world and I hated all of humanity. That is not me anymore because I found myself and I returned back to the beautiful soul that I am, the child that I was born to be, the superhero of love.
All right, great. Thank you so much for amazing introduction.
Thank
So,
you.
my first question is, can you see?
I can see it.
So, so my first question is, can you tell us about your journey as the superhero of love? How did
hmm
you discover your ability to ready air, dive in, love, and light
Mm.
everywhere?
That's a beautiful question, Manahil. And it really started after I had a spiritual awakening in 2019. Um, for so long, I locked away a lot of love because I was afraid to show it because I didn't know if people would want my love. I told myself that I'm the worst human being on the planet. And going back and thinking of those times, I was finding ways to protect myself, but at the same time, I didn't know how to even love myself. And it's after my awakening when I learned that I had to love me first. I had to love me first. Because if I didn't love me first, how can I help other people if I am not taking care of me first? So every day I would just keep cultivating, loving myself, telling myself that you are an amazing human being. The world is lucky to have you. You get to wake up, you get to spread love. And as time went on, that energy of my love started filling my heart so full that I was now able to tip my love into other people. And as I was sharing my love and radiating it out to other people, I noticed that they felt that they finally could feel seen. They finally felt that they could be heard. They felt safe to be able to be open, because I thought that I was the only human on this planet that was suffering in a way that in my mind, my body, my spirit, my soul. But there are so many people who are experiencing the things that I faced when I was younger, and I had no idea. But me allowing them to not have any judgment, allowing them to feel safe in my presence, that in itself was the gift that I'm giving to people. And as I keep doing that, they're healing. They're becoming back to their original, true, authentic self, the child that they were born to be, that that beautiful soul, that beautiful love that they've gone from. I call God creator. So creator gave to each of us. I'm no special. I'm no different from any one of you. I just found who I truly am now, and I'm just helping each of you return back to who you truly are.
All right, you are so amazing person.
Thank you.
I mean, you are so amazing superhero.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. So my second question is,
Mhm.
love and unity are powerful concepts. How do you believe your role as the superhero of love can contribute to uniting the world?
That is such a beautiful question.
Thank
My
you.
contribution is touching one person's heart and soul every day, whether it's through a podcast like this, through my words, through a text, through a call, just by saying hi to somebody on the street when I'm walking. It's
Yeah.
these little things that we do that we allow others to feel seen and feel heard and feel acknowledged. Because a lot of people in the world, they feel like they're invisible. I felt like I was invisible for so long of my life. But as I started seeing other people and showing that they actually do matter, every single time I'm doing this, it's making a little ripple. And you never know when just even saying hi or even smiling to someone can do for them. You can change the entire day or their entire life, right? So I put that in my mind that, like, if I see someone who is having a bad day, to just give them love, because their heart deserves it. Their heart requires it in that moment. And it costs me nothing to do, and it can change their life. And that means everything to me. And that's my contribution, because that in turn, they will remember those little small acts of kindness, and then they can go and do it for someone else when they see that person who is not feeling good or they're suffering. They can offer a small act of kindness, and that becomes another ripple. And as time goes on, we make these little ripples and it becomes bigger ripples, and the world starts radiating even higher and we start vibrating better. So that's my contribution, just by doing small little acts of kindness every day to someone who requires it. And even if they don't require it, still do it anyways, because it's always great to hear someone tell you that I love you, and Manahil, I love you, and I hope you feel that, because that's just how we as humans ought to be living.
All right. So thank you so much.
You're
My next question
welcome.
is, as a superhero, you must face challenges and obstacles. How do you
Hmm.
overcome them while maintaining your passion of spreading love and unity?
That's a beautiful question here. At first, when I started on this journey of the superhero of love, there's a lot of obstacles that I was facing, not only externally, but within myself, like imposter syndrome. Will people actually care about love? Will this actually matter? Yes, there are times where we get faced with obstacles, but these obstacles become opportunities for learning and growing. And I remember that anytime something comes at me, it's temporary. And I have to remind myself, and these are like little like mindset shifts that I have, of like, creator is here to teach me a lesson. Creator's here to teach me something so that it can improve my life even better. Yes, we sometimes don't like to face the thing that's causing us a little bit of chaos, but it's through those chaos moments that we learn the most valuable lessons. And I remind myself that this is just a passing moment. Everything is working out in my favor. But it's not to just say it and think it logically, it's to feel it with every fiber of my soul. And that's where a lot of us we tend to go wrong. We don't feel our feelings. We don't stay present. And that's another key, being present. I had to learn what true presentness felt like. For most of my life, I was never present, ever. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know how to act like being present, and I didn't know how to feel it. So essentially, it's being present and reminding myself that I am loved and Creator loves me, and all this is working out in my favor.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You're sounding amazing.
All right. Thanks so much. So now let's move on to next question. Your answer is so amazing.
Thank
And
you.
my next question is, what inspired you to take on the identity of the
Mm,
superhero of love? Is there any specific event or moment that lead to this decision?
yeah, there's two things to this question.
Yeah.
The identity of the superhero of love always existed within myself, but I didn't know the name to give it. This is something that I forever didn't know until early of 2022 when I finally found the name, the superhero of love. Now, how did that come about? There is so much pain and suffering in the world. I faced a lot of pain and suffering in the world. I don't want anybody to face that pain and suffering in the world anymore. Not in my presence. I am here to help radiate, bring you back to remembering who you truly are, that divine, sovereign, beautiful essence of your soul that Creator gave to you, and allowing you to return back to who you were truly meant to be. And that inspires me because when I see other people returning back to who they are, it puts a big smile on my face. And the moment that I chose to name myself the superhero of love was the moment when I realized that the world required a superhero that truly embodies what divine love is unconditional, no judgment, no ulterior motives, pure, unconditional love for all of humanity. Doesn't matter skin color, doesn't matter religion, doesn't matter race. You're all my family, and I love you, and I will only love you all unconditionally and wholeheartedly. And so, a lot of people look up to superheroes. And I want to inspire kids, specifically kids that are from age 5 to age like 19, just before they become adults, to
Yeah.
remember that they are meant to still be that child no matter how old they get, whether they become 50 years old or they're 27 or they're 33 or they're 95. You will always be that beautiful soul that you were born to be. And that inspires me because you all have goals and dreams. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't be, do, or have what it is that's in your heart, because that gift was given specifically to you for you to go and fulfill it. And that's why I take on this role as a superhero of love, because it gives you all permission to do whatever it is that your heart so chooses to do.
All right. Amazing. So
Thank
now
you.
let's move on to next question. My next question
Hmm.
is, love has many forms, from self-love to love for others and the world. How do
Yeah.
you encourage people to embrace love in all its aspects?
Hmm. This is a phenomenal question, Manahil. This one, it gets a little tricky because, when you tell somebody that you love them, there's this automatic assumption that there's a romantic kind of context to love. But it all comes down to having self-love for yourself and truly embodying that self-love, and that you're able to accept it and fully receive it from someone else. There are a lot of people in the world, when I say I love you, they're unable to say it back. I'm not expecting them to say it back, but I can feel the resistance when they take it. It's because it's a feeling that was never installed or taught to them. So it's very foreign. And that makes sense. So I tell them it's going to take some time to fully step in and understand. It didn't just happen for me overnight. It took me 4 years to understand this real unconditional love. But I remind them that little by little, taking small daily steps as you keep telling yourself that you love yourself and allowing yourself to feel the love and feel and receive love from others. As the time goes on, it becomes easier and easier and easier to receive it from anyone, from any walks of life, with no judgment and just accepting it fully and unconditionally and wholeheartedly.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
So my next question is, your title suggests your paces, unique abilities related to love. Can
Hmm.
you elaborate on these abilities and how they manifest in your interaction with others?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, to keep this one a little short and sweet, it's allowing myself to just be very present, and when I'm interacting with others, it allows them to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel understood, to feel safe.
Yeah.
That's the biggest gift you can give anyone. And I didn't know my abilities when I first started out as a superhero of love. In fact, I had to ask for feedback last year from a lot of people I speak to. Like I speak to them on Zoom or I have them on a phone call and I ask them, well, what's the value that I bring to your life? I had no idea what the value that I was bringing. They all said something differently, but they all ended up coming to one conclusion for me, that I truly allow people to just be who they are meant to be and invite freedom with no judgment. They don't have to wear a mask, they don't have to wear an armor. They can be unapologetically themselves in my presence. This manifested out into the world because whenever I'm speaking to anyone, even you're feeling it right now, that you can just be yourself. You don't have to be something that you don't choose to be. You can be as you are in my presence. And that in itself is a gift. And it's a very powerful gift because when we have no judgment, we help liberate yourselves and ourselves so that we can feel free.
All right. Thanks so much for your answer.
Thank
So
you.
my next question is, spreading love and
Mhm.
uniting the world is a grand vision. How do you engage with communities and
Yes.
organizations to achieve this goal, global goal?
So this is an amazing question, and it's just taking small daily actions, reaching out to anyone and everyone, and having an open mind, an open heart. You know, some people they're not ready for it, and that's okay. The one thing that I always say is I'm for everyone, but I'm not for everyone. And what that means to say is there are people who are not ready for the superhero of love, and that's okay. I don't force anything. But when they're ready, I am here for them. It's like a bridge. The bridge is ready for them to cross, but the bridge is not available to them until they're ready to cross, right? So it's just a matter of reaching out to whomever and connecting. And as we connect, we build more connections with each other. And even one connection, can ripple out to many connections because you never know who you speak to and who they are and who they know. So I join a lot of smaller groups and I interconnect within those groups and I spread my love. So they know who I am. I'm the beacon of love. I'm the beacon of hope. I'm the beacon of inspiration and divine energy. When they see me, they only see love. And I'm able to give that to them, but I'm only their mirror. I already am just showing them that they already have it. They just have to go and cultivate it from within themselves. And as I keep connecting in these small groups, I'm over time bridging connections together. So I'm bringing like different worlds together because each of us is our own universe. You're your own universe. I'm my own universe, and everyone else is their own universe. But as I keep connecting with different individuals, their universe is mashing with another universe, and I bring them together, and it forms a whole new connection. So it's really being a bridge builder, a connection connector, people connector, whatever term you give it. I love connecting others with others, and that's how I'm slowly making my mark in the world by just interconnecting all of us together because we're all one. I'm just returning us all to who we are truly meant to be with each other, and we're all family.
All right. So now my feeling is I am a super girl.
Yes, yes, you are. You are also your own superhero of love. We all are.
Yeah. So my next question is,
Mm.
have you encountered any skeptics or critics who doubt the power of love and unity? How do you
Mhm.
respond to such skepticism?
This is a very great question, Manuel, because there's always going to be someone that's going to judge you. There's always going to be someone who it has skepticism to this, and it has nothing to do with you yourself. So, like for example, if somebody were to say, "Oh, you're a superhero of love," like who do you think you are to call yourself that, right? Well, I tell myself, well, why not call myself that, right? Something inside of them told them that they can't be, do, or have what they so choose to. So they are hurting inside. And if you ever heard of the term hurt people, when they're hurting, they will also bring that frequency and attempt to bring me down. Now, how do I respond with that? I respond with love. And how do I respond with love? I say, thank you so much. I really appreciate what you said. I take it seriously. I'm so grateful that you shared your wisdom with me. I understand that you may not like me, and that's okay. We are still family, and I accept you as you are. And if somebody continues to go on the negative and they're like really bringing me down, then I will just say, I just send you lots of love, and then I just leave it be because you cannot force something onto someone, and I don't force anything onto anyone. They have to be ready. And some people, and unfortunately, this is it's sometimes hurts me to say this. Sometimes some people will never be ready for love because
Yeah.
it's a feeling that is scary because it was never taught to them or they were hurt by it in the past and they're holding on to a feeling. What I'm attempting to do is to show everyone what is truly possible when you finally, fully, and wholeheartedly connect with not only Creator, but understand that the love that you have within yourself has no judgment, has no racism, has no hate, has no judgment for anything. It's just pure love for everyone as they are, accepting everyone as they are, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, whether they're they call themselves an alien, whether they're LGBTQ, whether they're gay or lesbian, whether they're black or white or brown or Chinese. I love you all unconditionally and wholeheartedly. And when you get to that level, you're ready to spread that love to everyone.
That's wonderful. Thank you so
Yeah.
much
Thank you.
for joining us this enlightening and
Thank you.
heartwarming interview with Andray Sumeer, the superhero of love. It
Thank you
has been
so
a
much.
truly inspiration conversation, and we are grateful for the insights and wisdom that Andrea has shared with us today. And thank you so much. As we conclude, let's us tag with the powerful message of love and unity that Andrea embodies. May we all be inspired to embrace love in all its form and work towards
Hmm.
creating a more harmonious and united world.
You
Andrea,
got
your
it.
dedication to spreading love and radiating drive light is a beacon of hope for all us all. Your joining is a testament to the transformative power of love, and we are humbled by your patience to make a positive difference in the lives of others. To our
Thank
audience,
you.
let's remember that each of us has the potential to be a superhero is in our own way by the spreading love, compassion, and
Absolutely.
understanding to those around us. Let's take Andrea's example and be the change we want to see in the world. Well,
You got it,
thank you
Manhil.
to
Thank you
Andres
so
Sumer
much.
for gracing us with his presence and sharing his
Thank you.
remarkable journey. And thank you to all our viewers for joining us today. Wishing you all a life filled with love, light, and unity. Thank you so much, Andrea. Assalamu
Thank you.
alaikum.
Love you all.
Bye. Until next time. Have a wonderful day ahead.